I don't think people understand that AI isn't going to be the one that kills us, but it is our system that is started to kill us. Am I the only one who didn't know that Asmongold is a bitch? Are we actually threatened by AI? I'm Blahrah. These past days, Sora AI has been released, and with it, its consequences and the people that support it. For a time, Asmongold has been in a lot of criticism for saying that
artists' opinions don't matter. It just doesn't matter, because what matters is the opinion of the people that are buying the product. Like, it doesn't, like, your opinion on it, like, just because you do it doesn't, like, nobody cares. If it was made with AI, I'm completely okay with that because it was fun. Like, it's not relevant.
Really interesting, but is it true? Today, in this day and age, we are in the process of this becoming the truth. I'm not saying that it's okay or that Asmongold is right about rationalizing it, because you can't. And it's unthinkable that art will sacrifice itself in the altar of consumerism. See, Asmongold talks about AI in the eyes of his consumer self. It's happening right now in front of us. Art is bleeding because it's not made by a soul anymore, but it's made out of hunger. A hunger that will never end. If we don't care about how art is made, and if it's even made by a human soul, then why art exists at all anymore? Art matters most at these days, because without art and appreciation of it, we lose our direction. You think such things don't exist, but it's already happening in gaming. Oh fuck. In gaming sold its heart in favor of being just a product. And this happened right before your very eyes, and you couldn't see it. To the first video game, to Super Mario, gaming was intended to be a challenge, a dopamine machine that was required to keep you hooked, to try again and again until you were broke. With the introduction of consoles, it had a good run trying to find its way into art. Some games at the time pushed the boundaries of gaming and show that it can be art, the kind of one that even the observer can contribute to its art. You can be a part of the world that is given to you and discover it in your own way, even take place in it and present something yours in it. So many stories that said more than just a game that was expressed in many different ways, but it still could be so much more. This could be the start of a new golden era for gaming. Think of all the stories that could be said, the lives that could be impacted, lived through you, and made you think differently. These stories attracted more people than ever, turning the gaming industry into something new. But this era ended after companies kind of understood that they can basically get money for selling nothing. Microtransactions, skins, online accessories that did nothing. Once companies realized that games like Fortnite made the players chase the quick high of winning a game or buying skins and battle passes, then it became clear that it's better to develop video games that are quick and highly rewarding, like multiplayer games that could be released every year, than games that tell great stories and become art that took more than 2 years to release. Gamers turned into dopamine junkies who chased objectives and achievements in Fortnite and FIFA. Great games are a rare thing these days. Now when a good game is released, we get excited, and when we complete it, we go back into the game that makes us feel that instant dopamine high. We get excited about these games, we complete them very quickly, and then we wonder why there aren't many great games anymore with great stories, who hold artistic expression in them and makes us stop and rather think than make us feel hooked, like achievement robots on a screen. The blood-sucking companies realize that it's stupid to resist, because we complain for bad games, but in the end of the day, there will be always someone who will enjoy a really factory-made game rather than a game that makes you feel like you are playing art. You are a consumer, nothing more. Gaming changed the way you stopped caring about how your game is made. But to say it's only your fault would be a mistake. The world that we live in today prioritizes gain than art. Movies, paintings, music have fallen victim to a system that values quick money in exchange for the death of our souls. Gaming was the next big thing, but it fell victim too. Think of how different would gaming be if we respected ourselves and our time more, that sell our nostalgia back to us. It will give a precedent to the gaming industry that we value creations that show respect to our intelligence. Games that are valuable not only for our time, but for our souls too. This story is powerful enough to change our lives. Gaming could be art, and we will try and understand them, make us feel human. Today we have so many games that don't strive to change anything, that show the same thing, who don't try to elevate what game could be, but are made to be consumed like junk food. We became used to games who are not complete, a proof that the companies that make money off of us don't respect us, because they treat us like dopamine junkies, that we become actually surprised when a game presents itself, that when a real game presents itself, that the story is so unorthodox that it still divides the gaming community years later its release. Even if everyone didn't like the story or its ending, we can all agree that it affected us emotionally. This is usually done when we see a famous painting or a book or a poem. The overall reaction of The Last of Us 2 story is proof that gaming could still be art, controversial or not. And what about Death Stranding? The game practically showed that humans are kind people, that humans care about each other, by making you play a game with other people that you don't even see. We actually become surprised. We become surprised that gaming could reach such length. Why? Is art going to prevail in the midst of consumer culture and AI? How we can actually solve this problem and get out of being just a consumer? We need to educate ourselves. We need to be taught how to be artists. We need to be taught to see more of life. Some people see a bee and be like, oh, look, that's a fucking bee right there. But someone else says, wow, look at this garden, it's beautiful flowers. Look at this buzzing around it, working so hard to give life to these beautiful, colorful flowers. Oh my god, I gotta write a Twitter poem about this. There has been an endless discussion on the topic of, is it nature or nurture that makes a human appreciative of the world around them? Are people born with a desire to create, or is a part of being human? We are heading into the world of soulless existing, wanting more to satisfy our unquenchable thirst. There is no end, just more and more. A human being who is not an artist can never understand the process of art. Who do you think sees more value in everything? A value in a painting? An artist who knows the process of dedication, the amalgamation of ideas, the love that went into it, and the failures along its way? Or the guy who creates digital junk food, spreading like cancer over the beautiful tapestry of the internet, turning its potential into garbage? Once you try being an artist, you will begin to appreciate every piece of life in its own way, in your own way. That's why some people surround themselves in art, in the room, surround themselves in beauty, and some others live in filth, because that's what their life is. That may be a world that we live in, a world that we are headed to. But there will always be artists hoping to introduce people to another way of viewing the world. And we need to learn to become artists. If you fear that you have lost your soul, that you have lost your happiness, a reason to be, then create. If you consume content of a guy who literally lives with cockroaches and trash, then pick up a book and read. If you let AI produce art for you, stop. Pick up a pen and a pencil and draw. Write a poem, even if it's silly. Draw, even if it's funny. Do shit. That is our best defense against AI. It's all about choices. Learn how to live today. That's all I want to say. See ya. Love ya.